Welcome to Free and On the Road. Thank you so much for all of your support, for liking, following, sharing, and subscribing to me on all of my platforms. I am on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, and I really appreciate all of your support. I've had a lot of feedback on a lot of the videos that I put out, and one of my favorite videos is my frustrated with my Breville Barista Express. I know it can be super frustrating when you buy a machine that's expensive and you can't get it to work exactly how you want. And I had some people that wanted some tips on how to use their machine a little bit faster without having to weigh their shots every day. I know a lot of people out there just want to be able to pull a good shot and don't want to have to actually measure every single thing out every time. This machine is completely capable of that, and I will teach you how to do that. So let's go ahead and get started. The sponsor for today's episode is Beanbox Coffee. They are actually a coffee subscription company, and they have given me a code to share with all of my customers. So if you can see that code on the screen now, and you will get your first bag of coffee free if you sign up for their subscription. All of their coffee roasters are certified specialty coffee. They have over 600 different coffees, and their curator actually works with a cup of excellence. So if you're getting your coffee subscription from them, you will get high-end specialty coffee that'll work perfect in your Breville. The number one issue that I see is people are trying to use commercial grade coffee, and it's not giving them the shots they want. So the first step is upgrading your coffee to a real specialty coffee. Today's roast that we're using is Tony's Coffee. They're actually out of, let's see where they're out of. This roaster is out of, dun dun dun, I did not read this before. Tony's Coffee. They're a roaster of the year. Oh, it says it right on the front. Okay, they're certified organic by Washington State. One thing I really like about the bean box coffee subscription is that you can tell them what coffee you want. They have it ground. They also have it whole bean, which of course I'm doing whole bean because we're putting in our Breville Barista here. You can also choose the type of coffee you want. They asked exactly what I wanted, and I said that I wanted something that was organic and specialty and a medium to dark roast. This one is a medium roast cafe Carmelita. It has cocoa, caramel notes, and a full buttery body. This is a whole bean, and it is USD organic. I try really hard to use organic coffee to try to help not have extra pesticides and things like that in what I'm drinking. All right. So I have not used this bean yet, so we're going to go ahead and get our machine dialed in first, and then once our machine is dialed in first, I'll show you how to go ahead and program your Breville Barista so that you can just press the button and not have to weigh it every single time. All right, let's go ahead and get this coffee opened up. This smells spectacular. So this is a medium to dark roast. We're going to look at the bean here. It is quite a bit darker than the... Oh, smell that. I wish you could smell it. Anyway, it's a medium to dark roast. I can see right now it's a little bit darker than what I normally do. On my Breville Barista, I always have my inner burr set to 3, and then my outer, I base it on which coffee I'm doing. Since this is a medium to dark roast, I'm going to actually start it at a 10 on the outside, and we'll try pull our first shot and see how that goes. I'm just going to top it off here because I know I'm going to be pulling quite a few shots today. I have, my son is actually coming into town today, and I'm going to be making some fun drinks for him when he gets here. So I'm going to go ahead and fill that up because I know all of that today. All right. So the first step is I want to make sure that my machine is actually dialed in for this new espresso. If you're using the same exact espresso every single time, you don't have to do this. But because I change different coffees quite a bit, I will want to do that just to make sure that it's dialed in. So I will start by weighing my portafilter, get that zeroed out, and then I'm going to start by grinding. Normally, the grind amount, you'll set it so that it's set like horizontally. On a lighter roast, I always have to turn it up a little bit more because we grind it so much finer. I have to turn it up a little more, but we're going to go ahead and turn it to start at the middle point and 10 on the outside. All right, so let's see where we stand. We're at 16.8, so I'm going to put just a little bit more of the coffee and the grinds in there. Okay, 18.6, that's right about where I want it. Go ahead and get that ready to pull the shot. Oh, this smells so good, you guys. So good. I tried to clean out my grinder before I started, but there might have been a little bit of my other coffee in there. So I'm hoping it doesn't affect this shot too much. I haven't used my machine yet this morning, so I'm just purging the head out so that it's nice and hot and ready to go. Okay, now I'm going to put my scale in. I am going to weigh this shot, and I am going to do it manually so that I can see how it is. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do the pre-extraction. And let it go. And let's see how fast this shot pulls. It's looking pretty good, actually. Did a pretty good guess on that. All right, so that was right at between 25 and 26 seconds. That's probably about where I want it. I want it to normally be, I really like a 28 to 30 second shot is my favorite, but that pulled so beautifully. I want you to see the crema on this coffee. That definitely pulled. That was a perfect shot. You can tell it's a fresh bean. That's one of the reasons why we like using fresh bean coffee, because it gives it that nice crema. It smells spectacular. All right, so now we know that our machine is set. It is all tuned in for this particular coffee, and we're ready to go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you how to manually set Now I'm going to go ahead and teach you how to manually set your program on the Breville Barista. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and show you how to program the Breville so that we have it pre-programmed. When the Breville comes in, we're going to go ahead and start by grinding our coffee. That was at 17.5. I mean, that was pretty spot on, but I like a little more, so I'll put just a touch more in there. All right. So when you get the Breville Barista Express, it is pre-programmed to a 60-gram shot. A standard espresso shot is a 1-to-2 ratio. So a lot of people find that their shots don't taste good when they're just pulling it manually. And the reason why is because it's programmed to pull a full 2-ounce shot. When they're getting pulled at a coffee shop, your shots are not getting pulled to a full 2 ounces. They're actually getting pulled to 36 grams or a 1-to-2 ratio. So like this is a 19 grams here that I did because I did 1 gram over. So then I would do a 1-to-2 ratio. So 19 times 2 would be 38. So a 38 gram shot. It would not be 60. So if I did 60 grams, it would come out pretty watery. All right. So I'll go ahead and put that in there. We're going to start the programming process. I have a cheap scale, so sometimes you have to like reset it a couple times for it to actually work. Next upgrade will be my scale for sure. Okay. I don't know what it's like. Sometimes it sits on there funny. There we go. All right, so we're going to start the program process. By doing that, we're going to press and hold the program button. It will beep. We're going to do our extraction like we normally would. Maybe. Of course, I didn't time it, but that's okay. All right, that was our 38-gram shot. It should all be pre-programmed now. Now we're gonna go ahead and try to run the same thing with the program. My descale button on my machine just went on, so I need to clean it. So this next cleaning, I will go ahead and video that for you guys so you can see me descale it as well. I'm actually going out of town this week, so it'll have to be when I get back. All right. So now that I've adjusted this, you saw me adjust it when I did the first shot to make sure it ground enough, it ground the right amount. So now I know that if in the morning time I just want to pull a shot really fast, I can put it on auto grind and it is ready to go. So that's one step. Oh, look, and I can shake it all over the counter. All right. Probably lost 1 gram there of my coffee because I wasn't using my brain, but that's okay. All right, so now we have the grind set up so we can manually just put it in. I have done this before. If I get my machine all set up, I just push it in, walk away and go do something else while it's grinding because I'm so busy in the morning, and then I can pull my shot. Okay, so now we're going to try to pull the shot with the program setting and see how it does. I should have done it before I programmed it for you guys, but I didn't. I got the extraction right where I wanted it. That was right at the 8 seconds. Now it's pulling the actual shot. And let's see if it stops at 36 like it's supposed to. Oh, it went a little too long. No, that was about right. It was at 46. So when I've used this before, it was pulling it to 60. So it's a little bit longer. It was about 10 grams more, actually less than 10 grams. It was about 7 grams more than if I would have pulled it manually. You can see the difference. One shot is just, sorry, you can see the difference. You can see this shot is just a little bit bigger than this shot by 10 grams, not much. But if you're doing a quick morning, you don't like, this is how I see it. I pull my shots differently based on what I'm using it for. Let me wipe this up and then I'll talk. All right, so this is how I see it. I pull my shots based on what I'm going to use it for. If I want to sit down and have a nice cortado, which is just a little bit of espresso and a little bit of cream on top, or a little bit of milk on top, then I want to make sure that my shot is pulled so perfectly because I savor that espresso. If I'm going to be doing an Americano or if I'm going to be doing a latte or let's say an ice drink, if it's 10 grams off, it's not going to really change the flavor much. You're not going to really be able to change that flavor profile with just 10 grams extraction more. So if I'm just rushing in the morning, like I actually make drinks for friends, and if I'm just rushing in the morning and I need to get some things done, I will just use the automatic setting. So just setting when it comes out of the box is made for a 60-gram shot. So you will get a full 2-ounce shot if you use it exactly how it is out of the box. But by programming it like this, you can hone it in a little bit more so it's a little bit stronger extraction and it's a little bit more like when you pull it manually. Well, I hope that helped you figure out how to actually program your Breville Barista Express, and make sure that you check out Bean Bag, I think that's what they're called. And I will put the code there for you to get your first bag of coffee free. And yeah, thank you so much for watching Free and on the Road. Make sure that you like, follow, subscribe, and share my channel. That's what helps me grow. And any support that you give or any donations you do through Buy Me a Coffee just helps me create great content like this. So remember, keep on brewing. Anyway, I had just finished filming a video for you guys on how to program your Breville Barista, and now I have all of these shots of espresso, so I figure let's make a pumpkin spice latte together. All right, the trick to any good pumpkin spice latte is a good pumpkin spice base. So I made this homemade. I made it with real pumpkin puree and some spices. If you want the recipe, hit me up and I will get you the recipe. I did not video me making it. It seems like you don't watch the videos of my recipes as much, so I'm not going to put them out unless you guys request it. So I made this homemade pumpkin spice because it's pumpkin spice season. I actually yesterday did a full ounce. I think I'm going to do 3/4 of an ounce. It was a little sweet for me yesterday. Maybe even half an ounce. Okay, so I'm going to do a half of ounce this time because it was a little sweet for me yesterday. I have my shot that I already pulled. I'm going to pour that right into it. Normally, I would put my shot right into these cups. These cups are amazing. I got them from K&J Wood and Clay here in Oklahoma. They are a small business, so please check them out. You get 10% off for all orders that you place with them. I also have a handy little cortado cup that she made me. They are my favorite cups. So when I'm making my pumpkin spice, I always mix that thick pumpkin spice in so that I don't have a layer of it at the bottom. All right. Ooh, that tastes spectacular. All right, so for my milk, I'm going to do 3 ounces of my oat milk. Hey, look, my son's here for our pumpkin spice lattes. All right, so we'll go ahead and get that milk steamed up. You want a 16-ounce, Noah, or a 6-ounce? Okay. Grab me a Starbucks mug out of the cupboard. All right, so I got my oat milk. I have my pumpkin spice syrup right in my espresso, my 2 shots of espresso that I just pulled, and we'll go ahead and pour it. And there we have our pumpkin spice latte made with our Tony's coffee from Bean Bag Coffee. If you want the recipe, let me know. Keep on brewing.